I know some of you look forward to Hot Corner because we usually bring it. There's some heat on a daily basis that other shows might not cover, but we're getting into it. So let's start with this one. This is a weird one. Derek Bender, who was in the Minnesota Twins organization, just got picked, right? Got a few $100,000, 6th-round pick. Just came out of school, playing in the minor leagues down in Fort Myers, A-ball. And he's not into baseball, apparently, because he was giving signs to the other team so that they would lose and get out of the playoffs. And then the Twins said, no tolerance policy, you're out of here. And they cut him soon after giving him a few $100,000. ESPN just reported it yesterday, passing to McDaniel. Top 5. You see all this? I'm reading it and I'm like, huh? And also, I want more. I want more to the story. I'm like, I want the specifics. Like, what was he doing? What was he saying?
Before I go, I just know inside right now, Eric is so mad. I know how mad he is because he was a minor leaguer for a long time, and all he wanted was minor league rings. And inside, and the guy's a catcher. He gave the guys the sign so they didn't have to move on to the playoffs so he can go home. Oh, my God. I know. I'm not even going to say another word until I hear Eric. I know steam is coming out of his nostrils, his ears, his eyeballs. William Wallace, go ahead.
No, dude, I'm super happy for this guy because he's out of the game now. He doesn't need to play anymore. You thought I was going to go the other way. There has been, like, it's amazing that this came out. I know people have done this. I know people have done this because they're pissed at their pitcher.
Okay.
And I was always like, come on, man. Like the whole Nuke Lelouch thing. Like,
yeah,
relax. Relax, Derek Bender. Like, you don't want to go to the playoffs. Like, you just signed for $297,000. You got a dream of playing baseball professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Twins, I love that they got rid of him because you don't need cancers in your clubhouse. Maybe this was a one-time thing. I have a hard time believing this was like he just got there that day and was like, I just don't want to be here anymore. It's a constant. You don't want to be around like energy suckers like that.
Sure. Yeah, but this is next level to me. I'm like worried about the mindset, like the mental state of someone that's going to this length. Like, this is concerning at the little league level. If someone's trying to purposely lose, it's like, you don't have to play. I mean, I think the game is at a point too. I mean, I know people in the Twins organization that if he went to them and said, hey, I'm struggling, I'm dealing with some stuff. Like, that's all it takes, especially at that level where they're like, okay, gotcha. If you go to the right person, they go, okay, something going on. We're going to put you on whatever the version of restricted listed in the minors. They just say, like, go home. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. They might look at you differently, because of that. Some teams will judge, some don't. But regardless, this is the worst case scenario where you're actually tainting your character forever. I mean, how does another team even pick up a player like that? Like, yes, you basically said you don't want to play, but this is a really bad way to do it. So I just wish that if there was actually a problem going on for him, he was really struggling with something, that he just went to the team, because this is the worst. This is really bad, because this makes it selfish. This isn't about you now. This is about everyone else that's there.
I never thought of it that way. I just thought of it as
maybe like
he needs help.
Maybe
he needs help.
You ever come across someone where you're like, they just lash out, they do something weird, whatever, and you're like, what's going on? And then you find out like he was going through something
at home.
Someone passed away, something happened in his personal life, something's happening with his mental health. Like, there's stuff, I get it, but the way that this resulted puts you in a loser spot. Like, what are you supposed to do if you're the Twins? You got to cut him, and then no one's going to pick him up ever. Like, your career's done on one story like that.
One story, one action. I don't think it's a one-off thing, but my mind goes to, when I saw this story, my mind goes to a guy who I got drafted with named John Axford, not the pitcher.
Okay.
A position player. He signed for over $100,000 out of high school, and he was my roommate for a little bit in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. We're in the dungeon of a basement, and he has one of those little pocket schedules hanging on his side of the wall. And he has an X over one day in our season. And every day he marks off each day. And I'm like, dude, why do you have the X on, I don't know what it was, July something, maybe end of July? He goes, well, that's 90 days after I signed my contract. He goes, then I can quit.
Wow.
Because they couldn't take his bonus away.
And he didn't want to be there.
Okay. That's what
He
decided
that before he even signed, or he decided that when he was there, like, this is not for me.
He went to, so he was in extended. He had signed, like it was like a late sign, and then he went to extended. I don't think he played the season before because it wouldn't have been 90 days, but he signed, went to extended, and extended. Todd doesn't know about extended.
Extended spring training.
Extended spring training.
I've been there once.
For a whole season? For a whole 3 months?
Oh, wait, no, you're talking. What was the one after the year started?
Not instructs. Extended.
Instructs, you're right. I never did extended. You're right.
Extended. You have a spring training morning and you play a game in the Florida roasting sun. But anyway, that'll get it for you. Like, he was missing home, all that stuff. Talented player, didn't want to be there. But to me, as much as I didn't respect how he did it, like what this guy did, he could have gotten his pitcher hurt. Not saying, oh, well, you gave up 4 runs for your pitcher's sake. Like, that's always going to be on his ledger. Minor leagues, that's not what it's about. He could have gotten somebody hurt. Like, people would always ask me, you ever tell a hitter what's coming? No, not once. Like that, and maybe that's ignorant of me. Like, every situation I feel like is a chance to compete, but he could have gotten somebody hurt. At least Axford just quit.
Susie in the chat's like, well, then why doesn't the opposing team say something right away in a case like this? They take the dub, then they say something.
They're trying to get their knocks.
Yeah,
100%.
No, that's money, baby.
Right.
They want. Like,
well, you're trying to win. Like, that's not my problem that this guy's doing this. No. Now at least they told him afterward. They're like, yo, you guys have an issue, right?
I want to know how they found out. Did the other team come over and say?
The coaches from the other team came over to the Mighty Muscles coaches and told them.
I know, man. Listen, if it is a one-off thing, I don't think you should have released them, in my opinion. But I agree with you, Kratzy, that I feel like there's more to it. I feel like you sit this guy down by, hey, dude, you got an opportunity. This is strike 1 and 2. You do anything wrong. If you're late to a practice, if you're blah, you're gone. Like, but, there's got to be something else to it.
Can I ask a question, too, just for the specifics of how this would be going on? What is he doing? Like, is he just calling it out?
Yeah.
So doesn't the ump hear that, too?
Mm-hmm.
So why doesn't the ump say something to the organization?
No chance.
Not his job.
Why would the ump? No, not like.
Hey, your catcher's giving away signs to the other team.
So then that coach who finds out.
The game?
Hey,
no,
that coach that finds out will say, hey, he'll go to the other coach and the guy will be like, oh, how'd you find out? Well, the umpire told me. And then you got somebody else mad at the umpire, and then next thing you know, time they play, you got a big mouth, blabbermouth.
No. Okay.
I'm actually surprised it came out, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yes. Because I know it happened before. I know it's happened. I remember the catchers that did it. And it was like they said it as like a funny thing. Not a whole inning so your team loses.
Right, that's what he did, and then they scored 4, right? Something like that. And then
scored 4
in
in the second inning or something like that.
Yeah. Crazy story. So I think there'll be more to it that we'll hear about, maybe now, just because it's become a national story. It's in the sphere, literally a national story, even beyond baseball. Like, people are interested. Like, wait,
we got to ask AJ if he ever did that.
If he ever did that
to spite a pitcher or something.
AJ, this is one of those stories where AJ is excited to be on Monday and go off. He's going to go off.
Either way. He's
going to go off.
Congestion from sinuses, allergies, or a cold can be all-consuming.
That includes snoring for me. But Scotty, I found some relief from Navage Nasal Care. You've got to try this. Navage makes breathing easier. My Navage unit is a game changer for clearing my congestion fast.
Yeah, Kratz, Navage uses that smooth saline flow and nasal suction to clear those nasal passages.
It works for me, Scotty. I've noticed a huge difference since I started using Navage. I'm breathing better, and the whole family is pumped that I've got the snoring under control.
We want to help you get relief from your congestion too. Our listeners can order a convenient Navage starter pack, including a nose cleaner with batteries included and 30 original salt pods. Everything you need to get started. Plus, get a cleaning kit as a free gift with your order, but only going to our exclusive URL, navage.com/FAL, and using our promo code FAL. Again, to order your Navage free cleaning kit and for full product details, go to navage.com/FAL. That's promo code FAL at navage.com/foul. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.